What's going on YouTube? It's Zyger Fitness here. I'm back, and I just wanted to tell you that if I'm referring to back at all in this video, it's all upper back, not lower back at all. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks again for watching. I wanted to go over today your back and what the difference between back thickness and width is. So I'm about to do a workout. I'm going to show you guys a couple examples of what we got going on. But first, I just want to go over what the muscles in your back are responsible for. So first, we've got your lats. Latissimus dorsi is the scientific name. So when people say back width, that's what gives people the V taper or this look, like when they do a flex, how it looks out here. And the reason that when you work your lat, that it would be thickness is because when you look at it from the back, it's going to run all the way, like right here, all the way down. Can't really see it with the shirt on, but so yeah, and the type of movements you want to do for back width is going to be anything with a pull down. So anything pulling down like this, that's what your lat is responsible for, just with the human body. Now, when we're looking for back thickness, if we look at the back again, it's really hard. It's kind of hard to look on me. But anything in the middle here, when you pull, when you do any kind of movement that's going to pull towards you, those are the muscles that are going to be responsible, the rhomboids, the traps, that type of thing, the lower traps that is. Oh god, okay, I think I might have to pause the video till this train goes by. There's East Lansing for you. Okay, I think it's gone. Okay, so anyways, as I was saying, so we're gonna do a lot. So if I'm gonna work, today's gonna be a back thickness day. So with my split, I'm doing a push, pull, legs, rest. I mean, I'll go more into it in depth in another video. So thickness today is gonna be a lot of movements like this, a lot of rows. So if I'm gonna try and work the lower portion way down here, and if I'm going to try and get this bigger, I mean, it's still going to target my lower lats, but I'm going to pull to here. Whereas if I'm trying to get more definition in the rhomboids, like, oh, I can't fucking reach. But anyways, I'll pull a video, or I'll pull pictures up as I'm talking about each thing, and I'll show arrows or some shit so you'll understand. But basically, wherever your elbow position is on your back, that's what you're going to work, or that's what you want to try and contract. So if I'm trying to work upper, like rear delt here, you're going to see a lot of people to tell you to do face pulls, like these type of movements, because that is what that's responsible. That's going to hit your traps and like anything up top. So what you basically need to understand from a concept standpoint is if you're trying to get width, if you're trying to get that V taper, doing these kind of movements, or I mean, there's so many different ways to do it. A lot of pull downs and stuff like that. Now, if you're doing a workout that has if you want to hit everything, you always want to start with these type of movements because this is a bigger muscle group, or definitely a bigger muscle. You want to start with this kind of movements and then go to your rows, usually. But since I'm doing a back 2 days a week, it's going to be, earlier in the week I did a pull down, a lot of lat work, a lot of pull-ups, that sort of thing. So now I'm going to go for more rowing movements. So I'm going to give you a couple quick examples of what I'm doing so you guys understand, so you guys can get swole too. So, alright, I'm going to show you here in a sec. Alright, here we go into the workout, and we're starting with a barbell row, and this is going to be one of the biggest compound movements for your back. I would either suggest starting with this or T-bar rows to start out with, and always doing a warm-up set with a lighter weight, and focusing on the contraction and waking those muscles up so I prevent any sort of injury. And as we go into the second set, you can definitely see that my form is going to be exactly the same as the first set. And then also I'm going to give you a different angle here, and through this angle, take a look at where the bar path is. And the bar path is going to be right along my quads, and I'm hitting my belly button every time, and I'm going right back down and right back up. There's no rest time. I'm not stopping to take a break because it's getting hard. I'm keeping the time under tension as much as I possibly can, and I gave it a little bit of a hold there at the top just to feel the contraction a little bit more. Alright, hold on. What's up, guys? All right, I'm in the middle of workout here. I got PJ. He's gonna tell us his best tip for back here. So,
the biggest factor.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Tell us who you are, and I'll tag you.
My name is PJ. I actually just moved back from Houston. Used to live here in the area for my entire life. Was in Houston for 7 years. Just getting back into the area, making connections, meeting new people, and just learning all I can about fitness.
Nice. All right. So give us your best tip about your back. How to work your back.
The best tip I've learned about back is obviously form is going to be a necessity, but the best tip is to have a partner and to do touch activation. Like when you're doing your rows,
yeah,
you want to focus on pulling with your elbows. So you're just pulling through the elbow. You're not trying to, over bicep that weight.
Mm-hmm.
That allows you to focus on that mid back.
So you want people to go like,
You can get some touch activation.
like right here when you're pulling back, or does it really depend on the exercise?
It just depends on what you're doing. Lats, you're doing your pull down. Again, pulling with the elbows. You're not pulling with the bicep. Pulling straight down with the elbow helps you focus on that. Have a gym partner, do the touch activation and poke that muscle. You can really focus and make the mind-muscle connection.
Nice. All right, guys. I'm gonna get back in it. All right. Thanks again, PJ, for that tip. I definitely appreciate it. So now we're going into mid rows, and the biggest one on this to really focus on for this movement is going to be elbow position, just as he was saying. As you can see, I'm definitely pulling with my elbows back and my wrists are completely straight. That's something you definitely want to make sure you're doing when you're doing any type of row movement or any type of movement in the gym at all. Mostly your wrists are going to be straight. I mean, it definitely depends, but and as for form, that was a light set. That was my warm-up set. And when we go into this next set, you can definitely see that my form is going to be pretty much the same. That's something that needs to be a staple of all of your routines, is your form is going to be pretty much the same. And when I'm pulling, you can see on the way up, it is definitely going to be the same speed as the way down, so I feel it on both ways. And if you're wondering why I have that kind of stretch at the very start of the movement, that's something Arnold did way back in the day, and it really helps to stretch out the lats. And here's just a different angle so you can completely understand how this movement works. So yeah, now this move, the chest is something very important that you want to take into effect. Keeping the chest up when you start the pull is something that's definitely going to help you with contracting your back. The more you are arched over, the harder it's going to be. And a little variation here, you can do with dumbbells, you can do this with, there's a lot of ways to do this specific row. If you're trying to work on that one arm and contracting each sides individually, I definitely would recommend one arm. Also, kind of switching it up, not always doing the same thing, kind of keeping your body guessing is something that I like to do a lot. I really don't stick with one routine too much, very often. I will do the same type of exercises, but I'm not going to do everything the same amount, same reps, same this. I'm going to go till I can barely go anymore, 1 or 2 in the tank, unless I'm doing till failure sets. Here, where I've got maybe 1 or 2 more in. And I still have that stretch, but on the one side, it's not as visible. And you can see I'm putting my arm there, or my fingers there, just for a little bit, just to make sure that muscle is contracting on the eccentric portion as well. So this is definitely a really good one. You can definitely do this or one-arm dumbbell rows. I like cables a lot because I can feel it on the way up and the way down, and the tension never releases, which is something I really feel like it gives me more time under tension. Alright, so now here we are, we're doing machine rows. This is probably my favorite machine in the entire gym, and I can definitely feel this in my back the most, besides pull-ups and pull-downs, obviously. Now for a row, this is my favorite row. I like to do this towards the end of my workout. Some people do it at the start. I personally prefer it at the end a little bit, just because I find it really easy, a lot easier to focus on the contractions in my back more when I have it at the end of my workout, because it's kind of a fixed range of motion. You don't really have to worry about stabilizing it as much. You can really just pull with that back. And as you can see right here, if you look at the middle, in the rhomboid area, the very middle of my back, you can see those muscles contracting every single rep. And if you look at where my elbows are on this movement compared to the last, my elbows are a little bit more flared out. Since my elbows are out further, that means they're going to be a little bit higher, and I'm going to be targeting more on the mid back than the low back with the last row. Technically, they might be named different things. Just kind of know what you want to do with each exercise and what you're trying to work. And here, this I like to do at different portions of my workout. This I was actually towards the end of my workout. I like to go right after that machine row and do a little bit of posing, a little bit of lat spread, as you can see. And really, you can actually see, if you look really close, you can see the teres major. And a lot of my back is kind of shaking a little bit because I'm trying as hard as I possibly can to contract it. So that way, when I'm on stage, it comes super easy. That's something you don't want to have when you're on stage. That's going to be your muscles shaking. You want to have full control over your body. And this posing right after you do any type of routine, whether that be back, chest, triceps, it's going to help with that shakiness. So this is something that I definitely recommend to any bodybuilder, anybody that's looking to be able to control their muscles. And yeah. Alright, so here I am, back on the cables once a motherfucking again, doing some face pulls. Now, face pulls are going to target more of your traps. That's something, my strong suit is actually my traps. That's why you don't see me doing too much shrugs, that sort of thing, because my development in my development in my traps is actually really good. So I don't need to work on that specifically as much. And this is actually going to hit my rear delt a lot as well. So that's why I like to do that towards the end of my workout. You'll only really see me doing a couple trap movements at the most. I'm going to spend most of my energy on my weak points. Now this one, you can call this a back pullover, whatever you want to call it. This is probably my absolute favorite for hitting the right in the middle of your chest. Now this movement is very, very particular on how you set it up. I kind of have a different angle here to explain to you how. I kind of stick my ass out a little bit, to be honest with you, and then I have my chest completely up. It's like I'm a chicken, pretty much. And then the most important thing is keeping your arms in a hook, kind of like a hook. So when you pull, it's gonna be here. I'm gonna turn my webcam on for a second. All right. So when you pull, you're gonna kind of take your arms, and you're gonna kind of go like this. Not like this. You're not rowing. You're definitely not rowing this. You're gonna be going from here to here. From here, all the kind of like that movement, if that makes sense. Definitely don't do this, since you're gonna be hitting something else. Go like this and keeping that chest up, like that. All right. Okay, let's go back in. So yeah, as far as that movement, I like to do that towards the end as well, because it's targeting a specific area of the back. It's gonna hit your delts a little bit too, which my rear delts are lacking. So I definitely like to work on that a lot. Now, as far as my rows, okay, this is another variation I wasn't gonna show, but I decided that I really much just want to add it in to show you guys pretty much a lot of mostly everything I do for back. So instead of doing that mid row that I did right after PJ talked, you can do this instead of that, or instead of the one arm. I mean, this movement is probably keeps the time under tension the most. I kind of like this a little bit better than the one arm at a time, because it helps me to contract both and get that symmetry. But I mean, it's personal preference. This is just another option that definitely works. I'm keeping the weight light though on this because it's usually a finisher as well. But all right, thank you so much for watching this video today. If you want to see anything else, let me know. I'm going to be doing another back width video, I'm going to be doing a back width video as well. And after that, I'm going to be doing a best chest exercises. Then I'm going to give you some unconventional ones as well. That'll be coming out within the next couple weeks, courtesy of one of my friends asked me to do that. So I will be getting those out soon, but stay tuned and thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace!